they kick everyone out that they don't agree with, and then what does that lead to except those people creating their own version of it, right?
All right.
And
I
then
wanted to kind of follow up on this real quick. Yesterday, Blabs, you had Cody on, Camelot331 on. He posted the other day that he had been booted from an event called Game and Geek Expo. Leaflet, did you see the story getting passed around the last couple of days?
I did not. What
Okay.
happened?
So Cody is a buddy. He's been on the show many times. He's actually a professional race car driver. He drives for NASCAR, but he was a YouTuber. Well, still is a YouTuber. And anyways, he got this this note here from them saying, "Thank you again for your interest in being a part of the Game and Geek Expo. We appreciate your time and effort you've put into your content and the support you've shown towards our event. After careful consideration, we've made the decision to move forward without your involvement in this year's show. While we truly appreciate your recent efforts, including the removal of one of the flagged videos, additional content has surfaced that has raised continued concerns from our community guests, and sponsors. Unfortunately, we've already experienced the loss of a sponsor and several other guest participants due to this situation. And it is beginning to negatively affect the overall perception and inclusivity of our event. Please understand, this is not a reflection of you as a creator, but rather a necessary step to ensure that we are maintaining a space that is welcoming, respectful, and positive for all attendees and partners. We absolutely respect your right to creative expression and free speech, but we also have a responsibility to our broader community." So you may be asking yourself, what did he say? What did he say to get booted?
What did he say? I like the last part though. We respect your free speech, but like, get the fuck out. Like,
Right. Exactly.
made me laugh.
There's a lot there. Yes. Really what he said was he had a stream where he was talking about how there's a lot of, the long and short of it is, he mentioned that there's a lot of people in like the cosplay furry space that have like mental issues, right? And that was it. He's like, there's people who have some mental issues and, you know, whatever. And that apparently upset some people. And I guess one person in particular shot a lot of emails to the staff and it felt like they were getting dogpiled. So then they booted him. Well, this is blown up in their face dramatically, as this original post has almost 1 million views on over on X. And people have been pulling out of this this event because of Cody getting booted. People that like don't even agree with Cody are like, yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, but Retro Wolf over here, I'm not familiar with Retro Wolf, but he backed out of principle here. This person backed out. Saturn Stevo over here. Pac-Man Case backing out. So all these people are backing out of this event, and to add to this, he dropped a 28 or almost 29-minute conversation that he had with the director of this Game and Geek Expo yesterday over on X. And in this video, or in this conversation he had with this person, the person tries to be like, he's like, look, I got people who are upset at me and I got to do what's best for the expo. What can we do to make this right for you? And Cody's like, I already spent like $700 on like merchandise for this event. And the guy's like, well, we'll pay you back. And at one point he kind of throws out the card of like, look, dude, I could lose my home if this doesn't go well. I guess this is like a first time event. And he kind of paints himself out to be the victim in this. Whereas like he's the guy who's been throwing all this stuff out. And he labeled Cody as problematic, right? And I feel like this is something that is very 5 years ago, right? Like 2025. First and foremost, I know this is something that has happened in the VTube space. I know like Kirsha got booted from Offcut. Have you seen any of this stuff in the VTubing space?
Oh yeah, it did happen to Kirsha. That was like the big one that happened. Yeah.
I feel like there's a need for a convention. Like for some reason.
You muted yourself.
I
Hi.
did not. StreamYard muted. But for some reason, this event really like set a fire under me. Maybe it's that like 2025 or whatever, but I feel like there should be an event that brings together all the canceled people who have been booted from these events and just
Mhm.
like an uncanceled event. So we're gonna kick around the idea of doing something like this once we get through. Once we, what's your face, Plabs?
I don't know, streamers just turned on the chats on the stage. Anyway, it's fine. By the way, just check your volume a little bit. It's a little bit low now.
Now my volume's low. Okay,
It was for a second there.
I did nothing. But I feel like there's something there when it comes to this. Like there should be some event that has a bunch of people who have been canceled from different events and things like that. So I put out a tweet about this, just like if you know any online creators who have been canceled from like a con appearance or sponsorship for Wrongthink, like tag them down here. I'm very intrigued by like the idea of kicking around the idea of actually doing something like this, because I feel like like at a certain point you just got to stop talking about things and you just got to do something, you know?
It's a natural progression of this, right? Where they take a space and they kick everyone out that they don't agree with, and then what does that lead to except those people creating their own version of it, right? And now you're gonna have gaming expo for left-wing people and gaming expo for right-wing people. It's ridiculous, you know. Like, but I mean, like, what else choice do you have when they do things like that, right?
Well, you're 100% right. They're creating this unnecessary divide that was never there. You know, going back to everybody's favorite video game waitress, we're talking about Alyssa Mercante. She was like, the video game industry was naturally diverse, and she's right. She's actually very right. The video game industry has always been diverse. So, you know, the idea that they want to put their stake in the sand and say like, hey, you can't come here if you think this way, or if somebody sees you as problematic. And Cody mentioned this, like if you were to go on any of the people, any of the influencers, or any of the attendees of this event, and you were to scroll down their timeline, a page, you would find something that somebody would deem as problematic or would feel unsafe by them. But only Cody got booted, you know? I did think there was extreme irony on their website for this event, saying, you belong here. Yes, you belong here, except you. Oh, man. Well, you know, hey, if we pull that off, Leaflet, would you be interested in attending in your VTuber form?
Sure.
All right.
I'd love to. Yeah.
No, all right. Well, we'll kick around the idea, because I think that there's an opportunity there. So, anyways, we'll keep an eye on that, and I'm sure Cody has some more news coming in the next few days about all that nonsense. So, hey, YouTube said you should watch this video too. Obey the overlords.